think our vision for what the ReCAST grant can do could be maybe summed up in the idea that we're planting seeds. A lot of these seeds have names and beautiful faces. In a county where there are so many people and there is change has happened both slowly and quickly at times, how do we still make sure that we have community and that people feel like they belong? And concentrating on families and youth is a really critical part of what the ReCAST grant can help us do. You know, I don't believe that grants do the work. Grants are seed money.
ReCAST stands for Resiliency in Communities After Stress and Trauma. It is a collaborative between three amazing organizations here in this area. One being Families First, that's really focusing on the mental health and well-being of our citizens. We also have Impact 46, who is doing an amazing job with our young people, making sure that they're engaged and that they're empowered and that they are inspired to be our future leaders, helping them to understand the importance of really being connected in their communities and understanding how community really works. And then we also have the Georgia Center for Opportunity, which is focusing on workforce development. And so what better way to bring three amazing partners together to be able to serve the needs of the whole family, right? Being able to meet those holistic needs. And so I'm so excited about where we're going and really the impact that we're making here in the Lawrenceville community.
I believe when you're working through grants, you can hit every single metric and still not do anything to truly impact your community. So how do we move beyond compliance? How do we move beyond that? Yes, we did these numbers, and that is a little bit challenging. We can have every single check. We did everything, we met all those metrics, but are we really increasing a community's ability to, as ReCAST has, the resiliency of that community, that ability for them to respond for themselves and really take care of each other? And I also think about where are we in the sense of increasing that sense of belonging, of interconnectedness.
The first thing that came to mind when I thought about Kenya was actually a student. I remember he's on the football team at Discovery, and Kim Parson and I are there doing recruitment for the Summer of Impact, and even talking a little about Lawrenceville legacy leaders and just trying to get a feel for if the students might be interested. And I mentioned some of the students from Discovery who are legacy leaders, and I mentioned Kenya, and he was like, shoot, Kenya's a legacy leader, like she's like top of our class. And we had no idea.
My name is Kenya Robinson, and I'm a junior at Discovery High School.
I'm Cheryl Robinson, Kenya's mom. We had originally lived in the Snellville area. I did get a divorce, and it was a very hard, traumatic event. I had to pick up and move to Lawrenceville. We moved in left our home and moved in some apartments out here and just kind of started over, just to rebuild. It was a very hard, traumatic event for my children. 2018, I developed breast cancer, and that was another situation that we kind of went through. I'm a survivor, 4 years. It's just here for Kenya, and just watching her just grow was just amazing.
I got accepted into the program in July of 2022, and then so we started in August and it ran through March, so it's an 8-month-long program. During this time, I got to meet with city council members. I got to meet with peers from the Lawrenceville community that I didn't know before, so that was amazing. I got the chance to just have sessions to where I was building on my leadership skills. We had discussions on what it means to be a leader. We had discussions on mental health and just making sure we look out for our peers at our school. There was one meeting that we had where we watched a video which was very profound to me. It kind of put into perspective like the different students that were struggling with their mental health. Just having a new form of awareness from that meeting, and I felt like that really encouraged us to have that student-led event over mental health, which was WellFest. As students, we had the chance to really make this happen from start to finish.
It was a cold night, but it was so warm. You could just feel the vibe because we were freezing. And I think with Kenya and watching her grow and understanding all that she had to endure and say, wow, when you think back, you say, wow, like how did she do it? So it was really like the village that we had and people along. So even when she's referring to other students, it's like she's not referring to herself, but she understands it because of what she had. So to see what this is doing and then coming here, she's almost in a space where I can help someone else. There's growth in that, and that's the whole resiliency, the resilience of it all. That's that piece coming in. And so that's when I hear that, I can hear, as her mom, the growth from all of it. And you're doing awesome.
Being a part of L3, I think gave both my mom and me and my sisters a chance to just interact with our city council members, other people, other parents around Lawrenceville, other students around Lawrenceville, and just be a part of that WellFest event also. It allowed us to feel a deeper connection to our home.
And really calling it home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, really calling it home. I think that's important. We like it here. You know what I mean? This is our place, and I think that was important. I don't want to get teary-eyed. Darn. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to.
With Kevin, really, really sharp kid. I remember talking to him and going to GSMST. Lawrenceville Legacy Leaders was a mindset shift.
Hello, my name is Kevin Jacob, and I'm a rising senior at the Gwinnett School of Mathematics, Science, Technology.
I'm Manju, Kevin's mom.
My mom was born in
India. Yeah, I grew up in India, came to United States in 1997.
So being a part of GSMST, which is our fun little acronym for it, it's a whole other experience in and of itself. The school is a lottery system for acceptance, and it takes in kids all across Gwinnett County. So not all of us are living in Lawrenceville, but we're all impacted by it as soon as we're accepted. Lawrenceville Legacy Leaders, it was just something simple, it was just a slideshow on my school's announcements, and I just saw L3 inaugural year, apply here at this link QR code. Kind of looked at it, asked my friends, anyone know what this is? No one did. It was a new thing, but we kind of just, went for it, and turned out to be one of the best decisions that I ever made, joining this organization, being able to, be with my friends who also applied along with me, but also being able to meet new people from across the city who go to different high schools and their experiences, and talking with them really broadened my scope of kind of what all was there in the city of Lawrenceville.
I really think it made an impact, because the moment I realized that is when he came and told me that I might do a double major in college. Yeah, because I knew he was leaning towards computer science and math, and I said, in what? And he says political science and economics or something like that.
So definitely it was seeing it kind of like applied on a first-hand level, just like the city government, hearing the talks from the different levels of government, and then applying that to something I could study in college, whether it be political science or public policy, and then tying that back into the STEM field. A lot of our congressmen and laws and all these policies really need people who are well versed in the technology and the fields to be able to help draft their laws for them. So that could be like a niche that I could fill, and that would be something that combines two aspects that I love, which is both that STEM sort of side of things, but also the humanities. I think kind of L3 helped me grow in like my vision, kind of just like for how I can impact my community. Because talking with your friends, a lot of the times you think of, if you can't solve it all on a grand scale, then there's no point trying to make any effort towards it. You might think as students, we're not going to be able to solve this big issue, so what's the point of us, really making that effort to try and change it if nothing's going to happen? But L3 showed me that it doesn't have to be that big grand thing that you're trying to solve right in the beginning. You just have to make small steps towards it, and those small steps, even as a student that you're making, really help to contribute to solve that greater and that bigger issue that we thought before wasn't really solvable. So I think that's how L3 has helped me to expand that kind of vision of what I can do, my capacity, and my ability to lead.
I think for him to understand the importance of civic awareness, like the civic engagement, which L3 has given him, so that will definitely impact the community also. Once he has it, he'll be seeing the world in a new perspective. Like, you got to help each other, you got to help others. I think Lawrenceville has done a lot with the ReCAST grant, working with the youth of today. Like Kevin said, that's the best thing any community can do, invest on its youth. And I think Lawrenceville is doing that, and definitely families like us will benefit from that.
It's just what made L3 just really special to me was, being able to have such a big voice in the program, being able to kind of plan out that WellFest event, being able to, choose all the different types of things that were going on in there, choose who the performers are going to be, choose who which companies we reached out to, being a part of that, and then next year being a part of L3M and being able to spearhead kind of our own individual projects, and then working with our cohorts and the new L3 members, just something I'm really excited for. And, just thinking to myself, I'm glad I was born when I was born so that I could be a part of this program. If I was born a couple years earlier, who knows, right? So, yeah.
I mean, her connection started with Lawrenceville Legacy Leaders, came in as very quiet, very respectful, but just quiet. And seeing her develop over the course of the year has been just nothing short of remarkable.
Mi nombre es Araceli Ramos. Llegué desde hace 19 años, un poquito más, sola por primera vez, y un año después llegaron mis papás y mi mamá y mis dos hermanos. Fue muy duro llegar hasta acá, pero gracias a Dios le dimos por estar unidos los cuatro. Y nos gusta esta comunidad de Lawrenceville.
My name is Valerie. If my mom wouldn't have came here to the city, I wouldn't be here, so I'm thankful for that. I live with my parents, my siblings, my grandma.
Yo entré solamente por 2 años a high school, pero lamentablemente el idioma fue un poco difícil para mí y opté por otras opciones. Pero cuando vi la educación hacia mis hijas, yo vi que era la educación de Lawrenceville, de que es muy, muy bueno la educación para ellos.
Come from Central Gwinnett High School. I'm a junior, and I was just scrolling through my phone and I saw on social media what they posted, the flyer. It was difficult for me because once I was part of L3, I was like, wow. It was kind of overwhelming because since I was more focused on my school, on myself. I wasn't involved in the community. It was kind of like, wow, I'm socializing with people. I'm getting involved more in Lawrenceville. And then she told me, I was like, I don't want to do this. I wanted to quit, and I didn't want to do it. But my mom started talking to me no, what you start, you have to finish. You have to keep trying. This is good for your future opportunities, communication, collaboration, everything.
Como te repito, siempre he sido una niña excepcional en la escuela, pero en este momento la he visto que sí ha crecido en la forma de expresarse, en la forma de que ella se expresa hacia los demás, y lo que me gusta es que también ella tiene en el pensamiento la comunidad.
I want to have a career in just making opportunities for people, especially where I'm from, Hispanics overall, and not just Hispanics, but everyone in this world. I want to make an impact in someone's life. Lawrenceville Legacy Leaders and the Summer of Impact has put that in my mind and in my heart, because the resources they have, the opportunity they gave me to have this internship for my future, so that was what made me also want to help people like me and others. So
now she's at every workshop this summer. She had a summer internship with us as well, and just seeing her really at school, what I remember is other students now following her. Right? I don't know if that was always the case at school. We weren't there, but I would not be surprised to find if that was something that had always been there, but is now really developing as she's now starting to grow into her leadership. And that's just been fun, is just seeing her be present, be willing to grow, take risks, and it's paid dividends for her family.
Y ella me enseñó cosas, por ejemplo, de la pandemia que le comentaron, algo de la pandemia, que nosotros, tú sabes, a veces familias necesitamos ayuda. Y por el idioma, volvemos a lo mismo, por el idioma es muy difícil tratar de comunicarnos. Entonces, cuando ella me dijo, mamá, pero aquí en este programa estoy aprendiendo que hay ayuda. Incluso ayudaste a una señora, a Selene, que fue por medio de aquí también, de este programa, que recibió la información. Y son puertas que se abren que tú piensas que no hay, pero sí hay. y que ignoramos todos los latinos. Ella, te digo, al principio ella no quería, igual yo la apoyaba, lo que ella decidiera, pero que se diera la oportunidad. Y ahora, mira, ella ha aprendido y nos ha enseñado a nosotros que podemos tener más oportunidad. Y sabes una cosa, yo no me sentía como, ahorita en esos momentos, como que ya estoy analizando, porque no me sentía, como que yo sentía que no íbamos a ser parte por ser latinos. Cuando yo entré a Lawrenceville, que fui con mi hija de este programa, yo me sentí chiquita. Y ahorita que hemos avanzado, o sea, es un cambio que sí podemos nosotros los latinos estar, no importa el idioma, o sea, sí podemos pertenecer. Porque yo personalmente como mamá de Valeria me sentí como que me sentí chiquita, como que yo me sentí incómoda, ¿me entiendes? Y ahorita estoy como analizando y sí podemos, claro que podemos.
Her mom now feels extremely connected to Lawrenceville and has become a friend of ours, and that's been really, really cool to see. And that doesn't happen without Valerie stepping out and taking that bold step of like, I'm going to apply for this thing, even if I don't know what to expect. And I think we see that with a lot of our other leaders too. And that's really been another theme. It's just stepping out, making it happen, and then look where we're at a year later.
This year, I wrote more referrals to ReCAST or for ReCAST than I did disciplinary referrals. And that's the work. That's the work. But just so then being able to, like when I speak to young people, I'm unpacking what's going on with them, because no young person, truly is just going to act out. They have stuff, and through those conversations, through that discourse, they'll say, yeah, right now I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm experiencing these situations. Let's say, for example, homelessness, where I was like, okay, let me talk to your mom. I have a program that can support. And so just the families recognizing, like, yeah, your kid did something in class, it wasn't great, but he also let me know that these were the things that are happening. I have something that I could partner with you. So there was so much that I think that prior to ReCAST, I had to fish for those resources. I had to dream them up. I had to make, while now there was a go-to place for us to do that.
And our youth want to have a relationship with us. They want to relate to their government. They want to relate to the person sitting next to them. They want to relate to groups of people, and they want to be part of a team. And this is just another way of surrounding students so that they can grow and become all that they can be.
We're really planting seeds at this moment, and I think that we're not going to be able to really, 10, 15 years when they're able to really tell their story and the impact that this had on their lives is where we're going to see. But they're experimenting with what does this mean that I'm able to sit in City Hall, that I'm able to have these experiences. One of those things is that they start believing, oh, I do belong.